Series 200, Chapter 200.28, Use of the, Part 1 of 2, Text English, Spoken English. Goals of learning, use of the. In this chapter, we will learn what is the, where is the used, where is the not to be used, the, a and an, and then the summary. Let's look at basic rules of using the. First of all, let's see what is the. The is an article. Other articles are a and an, and they are discussed in another presentation. Like other articles, the is used mostly before a noun. So let's look and see what is a noun. A noun is a word that describes or identifies a place, person or thing, or a concept, an event, some material, abstract concept, quality or measure. It's a long definition. Most people focus on the first part of this definition, which is noun describes a place, person or thing, but it is important to remember the whole definition because you will see many examples where you will need to decide what article to use, and for that you need to remember that a noun also describes a concept, an event, material, abstract concept, quality or measure, etc. For more details on noun, learn from our presentation on nouns. Examples of nouns like place, person or thing are city is a place, man is a person, book is a thing, and examples of more nouns include democracy, meeting, anger, iron, compassion and inch. So democracy is a concept, meeting is an event, iron is a material, anger is and compassion, they are abstract concepts, inch is a measure. So there are many more words in noun than simply place, person or thing. We use the before a noun in definite form. What is a definite form? Definite form means we are talking about a specific object. We are talking about a specific noun. A noun about which the person who is expressing or talking and the person who is listening or reading, they are both aware of that noun. So examples of using the is, here is the book you ordered. Now we are talking about a book that we both know that you ordered, so you know which book and I know which book because I am saying the book you ordered. If we did not know that, we will say here is a book, but since we both know about the book, we will use the before the book. Another example, I saw a dog yesterday. The dog was very well trained. Now in the first sentence we have used a because till now both of us, you as a listener or reader and I as the speaker, we have not identified which dog. So we use indefinite form of article, which is a. So I saw a dog yesterday, but in the second sentence with the dog I have used the, because now both of us know that we are talking about that dog that I saw yesterday. So we use the dog was very well trained. So once we both, the speaker and the listener or reader, are aware of the noun being talked about, we call it a definite form and we use the before that noun. The can be used with all types of nouns. If you go through our chapter on a and an, you will see that they can only be used with countable singular form of noun, but the can be used with count nouns, non-count nouns, and even with abstract nouns. So the can be used with the whole spectrum of nouns. The only condition is that that noun should be in a definite form. We just now mentioned that definite form of noun is something specific about which the reader or the speaker and the listener or the reader are both aware that what is that object. Now let's look where to use the. We use the when we are talking about something specific. For example, give me the book that I gave you yesterday. Now both of us, me and the person that I am talking to, know that which book I am talking about. So we use the book. Give me the book that I gave you yesterday. So once we know that what is the noun or what is the object we are talking about, both the speaker and the listener or reader, then we use the article the. Another example, use the when we are talking about something in a paragraph and that thing is mentioned the second time, because when that thing is mentioned the first time, we become aware of what is being talked about. For example, give me a mango. Make sure the mango is right. Now in the first sentence, we have not yet identified which mango or what fruit. But once we say give me a mango, we know we are talking about a mango, and we are talking about the same mango again in the same paragraph. Then we use the mango as is seen here. Make sure the mango you are giving me is ripe. Another example, I read a book last night. The book was about afterlife. So here we know that this book, which book is that? This is the book that I read last week. And that is why when there is reference to this book again, we use that the book was about afterlife. So when there is a reference to a noun second time in the same paragraph, we use the. When there is reference to that noun the first time, we use a or an. Here is an example of use of the with count nouns or countable nouns. Give me the banana you were talking about. Banana is a countable noun or count noun, and here we see that we can use the with count noun if it is in a definite form, and it is in a definite form because you were talking about it, so we know which banana I am talking about. Another example, get me the book that I was reading yesterday. Now we know which book we are talking about, the book that I was reading yesterday, so instead of a we use the book. So this is an example of use of the with countable nouns. Now, use of the with uncountable nouns or non-count nouns or not countable nouns, nouns that cannot be counted. You can go to our lecture on noun to understand more about count and non-count nouns, also called countable and non-countable or uncountable nouns. Sky is a non-count noun. You can't count sky, but you can use the with a non-count noun. I looked up at the sky. Another example, water is a non-count noun. You can't count water, but we can use the with water when we say the water you gave me was not cold. Again, the noun should be specific. We will later see why sky is a specific noun or a definite form of noun, but right now you can see that we can use the with uncountable or non-countable or non-count nouns. Remember, if you have already watched our lecture on a and n, we cannot use a or n with non-count or uncountable nouns, but we can use the as shown here. Again, the condition should be that the non-count noun should be in a definite form. Another place where you can use the is with the superlative adjective. To understand superlative adjectives, go to my lecture on adjectives. Adjectives can be simple, comparative and superlative. Comparative when there are two things, and superlative when there are more than two qualities. We are more than two things that we are comparing about a quality. So best is a superlative adjective. Good, better, best. So we say honesty is the best policy. Because best is superlative adjective, we use the before superlative adjective. We use the before all superlative adjectives. Another example, cheetah is the fastest animal on land. Fastest is superlative adjective. Fast, faster, fastest. When there are two, we call faster when we are comparing the two. But when there are more than two, it is superlative, and we use the before the superlative adjective as shown here. Some superlative adjectives are made by adding most before the adjective. So most expensive is another superlative adjective, and we can say this is the most expensive watch. So we use the before superlative adjectives, and to understand more about superlative adjectives, watch my lecture on adjectives. Next, we are looking at where you can use the. Next one is we can use the when there is only one of something. We are sure that there is only one of something, we use the. Examples, he stood the first in the class, or he stood the first in his class. There can only be one first, so it's something which can only be one. So we say the first, he stood the first in his class. We will see more examples of this later. He was the last guy to finish the race. There can only be one last person. So we know there is only one of last, so we use the before last. Another example, I looked up at the dark sky. Now we know there is only one sky. There cannot be two of skies. So we say I looked up at the dark sky. So we use the with objects or nouns for which there is only one of that. Now one question, sometimes you hear people speaking the and sometimes you hear people speaking the. This is the pronunciation of first the. When the words that follow the, they start with a consonant, we use the pronunciation the Ganges, the Himalayas. However, if the word after the starts with a vowel when we are speaking them, then we use the Oberoi, the inkpot. There are 5 vowels and you can learn more about vowels in our chapter on alphabets. 5 vowels are A, E, O, I and U. So these are vowel sounds, so we use, these are vowels, so we use the before vowels. Now special consideration when using the, we will now look at some examples where we will use the. Till now what we have talked covers almost 60% of cases where we use the or the. Remember, the is the commonest word in English. The is the commonest word in English, so you should understand it well, its use well, that you can have maximum correct use of something which is used most frequently. So the and special situations. The and mountain peaks and mountain ranges. When to use the with the name of a mountain peak and mountain range, and when not to use the. Do not use the when it comes to the name of mountain peaks. Examples are Mount Everest, Mount Helena, Mount Etna and Mount K2. We do not use the when we are writing or talking about the name of a single mountain peak. Now what is the exception? The exception is that if it is a mountain range, then we use the before the name of that mountain range. Let's see some examples. Here are examples of mountain ranges: Himalayas, Rockies, Andes, Aravallis. These are not mountain peaks, but these are mountain ranges, and so as you can see we use the with these: the Himalayas, the Rockies, the Andes, the Aravallis. Remember the difference between the and the we saw just now. So we use the or the with name of mountain ranges but not with name of mountains. Now let's look at use of the with the names of bodies of water or with bodies of water. The is used before all bodies of water except the names of lakes and bays, and we will have a look at that in a moment. So any body of water, any collection of water, we use the before the name of that one. So the Pacific Ocean, this is an ocean. The Arabian Sea, before the name of sea. The Thames River, so here the is used before the name of the river. The Suez Canal, again the before the name of canal. The Niagara Falls, so the is used before the name of the falls. And the Panama Canal, again we use the before the name of the canal. Now just to give you an idea, Pacific Ocean is between America and China. China and Japan on one side and America on other side, that is Pacific Ocean. Arabian Sea is between India and Arabic countries. Thames River is in London. Suez Canal is in Egypt. Niagara Falls is in America, and Panama Canal is in South America, in Panama. South America is the continent. So we use the with names of bodies of water, all of them except the names of lakes or bays. Also, if the bodies of water are in a group, then we use the before that, and here are some examples. This we have already seen. So Lake Superior, there is no the before it. Lake Niagara, no the before it. Remember the Niagara Falls, there is the before Niagara Falls, but there is no the before Lake Niagara. The is used with all water bodies except the names of lakes and bays. And here is another example, Lake Anasagar. It's a lake in city of Ajmer. Lake Mansarovar is a lake in southern China in the Himalayas. Lake Superior is in the northern part of America, south of Canada. Here are two names where these are bays. Pacific Bay, Bay of Bengal. So there is no the before the names of lakes and bays. I mentioned that if the lakes are in a group, then we use the before the name. The Great Lakes, because there are many lakes grouped under one name, it is called Great Lakes, and we use the before that. Another example, the Seven Lakes. The name suggests there are 7 lakes, so we use the. The Finger Lakes. Finger lakes are like fingers of a hand in northern part of America, and because it is a group of lakes, we use the before the name of lakes. Here are some examples of use of the with the names of the rivers and falls. The Ganges, that is the name of Ganga, river of India, and we use the before that. The Brahmaputra, this river flows between India and China in Himalayas from west to east, and we use the before the name of the river. The Amazon, this is one of the largest rivers in the world, and it is in South America, crosses many countries including Brazil, so we use the Amazon. The Thames, it's a river in London, so we use the with the name of lakes. Similarly, we use the with the names of falls, like the Niagara Falls, we saw it before. The Horseshoe Falls, they are on Niagara Falls, the Horseshoe Falls. So again, we use the with the name of the falls. Some more example of use of the with name of seas and oceans: the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Arabic Sea, the Dead Sea. So, to recapitulate, the bodies of water and use of the, we use the with all bodies of water except with the names of lakes and bays. However, with the names of lakes we use the when the lakes are in a group. Now looking at the next use of the word the, and that is with the name of deserts. We use the before the names of deserts. The Sahara Desert, it's in northern African continent, the Sahara Desert. The Gobi Desert, it's in China, the Gobi Desert. The Death Valley, it's a desert in Southwest America, and so we use the before the name of the deserts. The Sahara Desert, the Gobi Desert, the Death Valley, it's the name of desert. Now coming to the names of schools, colleges, universities and subjects of study. When to use the, when not to use the. It's important. Some people are afraid to correctly use the, but once you go through this lecture you will be 100% confident as to where to use the and where not to use the. Do not use the with the names of schools, colleges or universities if they are named after a person or a place. I will repeat it. Do not use the with names of schools, colleges or universities if they are named after a person or a place. So no the with St. Paul's School, no the with Sophia College, no the with Mahatma Gandhi University. They all the three of these are named after people. No the with Delhi Public School, no the with Paris College and no the with Nalanda University. So because they are named after a place or person, we do not use the with names of schools, colleges and universities. However, the exception is that use the if the name includes of or for, and let's have a look at some examples. If the name of the school, college or university includes in its name of or for, then we use the. Here is an example. The University of Maryland. When we were talking Maryland University, there is no the, because that university is named after Maryland, which is a place. But once of came here, we use the University of Maryland. It could be the University of Punjab, University of Maharashtra, University of Mumbai. So if it is named after a place, we do not use the, but if there is of or for, then we use the. Another example, the Royal College of Physicians. Because there is of, we use the. It could be Royal College of Surgeons, Royal College of Dentistry. We will use the if there is of in the name. Another example, the School for the Blind. Here there is a for in the name, so we use the. It could be a school for the deaf, school for the handicapped, school for immigrants, but because there is a for in the name, we use the. Another example, London School of Business. We use the because there is an of here. If the name was London Business School, we will not use the because there is no of. So I hope the examples are clear. no the in the name of college, schools and universities unless there is an of or for in the name when we use the. Subjects that are taught at a school do not have the in front of them. So we call mathematics, science, medicine, computer classes without using the in front of it. Do not use the with degrees like MBA, PhD, MBBS, BA, no the before the degrees you get in a college or university. Now let's look at the next section, that is use of the with the names of homes, roads, cities, counties, countries and continents.